I said to myself, take the day off. I just can't. What is up, Finn fans? I have a lot to talk about. So again, I was like, hey, they're not practicing on Sunday, probably, and it's not open to you guys on Monday. I don't know if they're actually practicing on Monday. So I get 2 days, take it off, relax, take your mind off things. I can't. I can't do it. There's things I need to talk about. There's things that came up yesterday that I need to talk about. So I'm making a video. I have a problem, but I love it. So we're going to be talking update on Jalen Ramsey, update on Cam Smith and Devon Achane. What else do I got for you guys? Update on who we had worked out on Saturday. And then I have a comment of the day. And I also have a video we're going to listen to from Adam Schefter. So without further ado, let's jump into this. First, we'll jump into, I'm going to share it with you guys. So this is who the Miami Dolphins had come in and try out yesterday. So defensive end Deshaun Hand out of Alabama, defensive tackle Roderick Perry out of Illinois, and defensive tackle Marvin Wilson out of Florida State. So they had them come and try out, see what they could do. But if you're seeing a theme here, it's defensive line. And if you remember what Vic Fangio was talking about, I think that was Friday, he was talking about we need to find a few more defensive linemen for depth. We're good on the front side, but it's the depth that's the problem. And they brought a few of them in to try out. There are still some really good defensive line options when it comes to free agents. Akeem Hicks and Dominic Kitsu, those guys are still out there. But the Dolphins are kind of strapped for cash, and I will talk about that. So we'll see how that all pans out, right? Then I'm going to give you guys a Cam Smith and Devon Achane update. So Cam Smith, actually, you know what? Because it's going to coincide with something else I want to talk about. Let's go to, you guys probably like, come on. We're going to go to a Jalen Ramsey update. So multiple doctors have looked at the fact that Jalen Ramsey is standing, walking, and moving without a crutch or without a brace on that left knee. And this one doctor, Devon Achane, MD, sports media analyst, this gentleman right here, he said, huge news, Jalen Ramsey needing no brace, no crutches means either they did a meniscus trimming, not repair, which means 6 weeks timeline, or number 2, the repair was small so they can escalate his timeline, increasing the likelihood of a 3 to 4 month return rather than a standard 4 to 6 month return, leaning towards the second option. Because the average return timeline after meniscus repair is 4 to 6 months. And then he had this doctor hop in right here, Dr. Jess Morse, MD. He said, yes, professionally, I was surprised when I did not see him hobbling or with a brace. Great news. He should be back by mid-October if everything goes well for the Dolphins. Please, baby Jesus, teenage Jesus, adult Jesus, take it slow. If you notice on Twitter, he's been posting a lot of 7-0s when it comes to his, coming back and everything. But take it slow. No rush, my man. But if this is correct, again, this doctor said either they did a meniscus trimming, not a repair, which is 6 weeks timeline, which is like the beginning of the season, or the repair was small, so they can accelerate his timeline, increasing the likelihood to 3 to 4 months. So you got August, September, October, November, like mid-October, early November, which means you're probably looking at I think after the bye. I think he could come back after the bye. If everything goes to plan, and if what they're saying is true, I think they hold him out for the first 9 months, 9 games. And then after the bye, week 11, he comes back, and he's back for a very important stretch against the Raiders, the Jets, Washington, Tennessee, Jets again, Dallas, Baltimore, and the Buffalo Bills, and also playoff teams, because this team is going to make the playoffs. So that's huge. Finding out this news about Jalen Ramsey, this is actually the biggest reason why I wanted to make the video today, because finding out this news about Jalen Ramsey, I'm like, oh, baby Jesus, please let this be true. So we'll see how that all pans out. Now let's get to what I initially was reading, which is an update on Cam Smith and Devon Achane. So Jeff Wilson, if you guys remember yesterday, he wasn't out there at first. Then he came out. He took some carries, but he's still banged up. There's something wrong with him. He was held out for a few days, and then he kind of came back, did his thing, and all this stuff, right? And then Cam Smith. Well, let me talk about Devon first. Devon Achane is day-to-day with an injury that they don't have a concern for long-term. Sounds like he might have be shelved for a minute, because Mike McDaniel came out and he said he's a little banged up. We're taking it day-to-day, the usual shebang. But they're not too worried about it, and they don't think it's going to be a long-term problem. And then when it comes to Cam Smith is supposedly going through what a lot of rookies are going through, which is an over-exercising of his body, according to Mike McDaniel. So he's just tired. He's strained. He's doing a lot of work, especially with Jalen on the shelf for now. So he's doing a lot of work, and he kind of is overexerting himself because he's not used to the rigorous NFL camp versus college. So Cam Smith is not a worry. Devon Achane, a little bit of a worry, being that he might be shelved for a minute. That's where we go into something else I want to talk about. And again, if you're like, oh, Jesus, again, scrub, I don't know how long until comment of the day, because comment of the day is a good comment, but you can scrub forward, because I'm about to talk about Dalvin Cook again. I'm sorry, but we have Jeff Wilson banged up. Now we have Devon Achane banged up. We have two of our running backs banged up. I said this to you guys. You guys are like, why do you want Dalvin Cook? He gets injured a lot, even though he only missed 7 games out of the last, 3-4 years. But anyway, he gets banged up a lot. He's old. He's you guys give me all these excuses. Some of them are, legit, too legit to quit. But this is why. You have this, he doesn't have Dalvin Cook, Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert, and Jeff Wilson. There is no bell cow. There's no guy who's going to be running to the ground, a.k.a. Ricky. There's no guy who's going to be taking a ton of blunt hits every week. So there's that longevity. There's the December football. There's the running the ball in December, because we have the depth at running back. That's where Dalvin Cook comes in. And so Adam Schefter, when was this? 2 days ago? August 4th, 2 days ago? He was on ESPN, and this is what he had to say. I'm not going to show it because I'm going to get copyright claimed, but this is what he had to say.
And he's not physically ready to play right now. So even if he were to sign, he wouldn't be able to practice. So there's no real rush. The Jets remain highly interested. The Dolphins remain interested. I still think he winds up in the AFC East, but also you don't know if there's another team that's going to have a running back injury. So Dalvin Cook is being patient, waiting for the right offer to come along at the right time, and until he feels comfortable in dollars.
Yeah, so it started with him saying $2 million. Essentially, Dalvin Cook right now is still getting paid $2 million from the Minnesota Vikings because of that guarantee when it came to his injury. Also, when he signs with whether it's the Dolphins or the Jets, because I think it's down to those two teams, he will still be getting paid $2 million from the Minnesota Vikings. So that is also taken into consideration. But he's taking his sweet time to wait for the right opportunity, to wait for the right deal, and to wait for something to happen. Also, he wants to be physically ready. And unfortunately, it seems like the Dolphins right now are in that situation where it might be the right time to be like, all right, Dalvin, look, we'll make the incentive, because from what I heard, and I said this again, and I do apologize for repeating myself. From what I heard, again, it was around $4.5 million with incentives to get to 7, but the incentives were really hard to get to, and that's what kind of rubbed him the wrong way, because we heard about it back then, that the offer the Dolphins gave to him kind of was disrespectful. The disrespectful part was the incentives were very hard to get to. Make those easy. You give him $4.5 to $5 million with the incentives to get to 7 and make the incentives easy. Playtime, yards, touchdowns, playoffs. Make it easy for him to get those incentives, and he'll come to Miami. Because we kind of need depth. Because I will say this, during the scrimmage when when Savon Ahmed and Gaskins were out there, the run game disappeared. You saw what Devon Achane can do. We've seen what Raheem Mostert can do. Behind that, if, God forbid, injuries happen, we got nothing. And that's where a Dalvin Cook comes in. And especially with the way this team is built, and especially with the win now mentality, that's a move you got to make. And I know some people want Jonathan Taylor. I don't. Not because he's not good. He's obviously young. He's good. It would be a smart move. But on the other side, it wouldn't be, because you have to give up draft picks and then you have to pay him. And he's going to want $12 to $15 million a year, whereas you can get Dalvin Cook for 2 years and pay him half of that. And you don't have to give up draft picks. He's waiting for you. He's just waiting for you. So that's my thoughts on that. So that's the updates right now. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the great news with Jalen Ramsey. What you think about the guys we had to bring in. What's your thoughts on the depth on the defensive line? What's your thoughts on the injuries? And obviously, I already know what your thoughts are on Dalvin Cook, so I'm not even going to ask. So, and I'm going to get to comment of the day. And this comment came from Twitter. My man, it's me, Miami Ambassador, hit me up, tagged me in Twitter with a QOD. That's how you do it. You just tag me and be like, hey, I got a comment of the day. And this was from 2 days ago. And I remembered it. I was going through my Twitter. Again, crazy time. I finally got a few minutes to sit down. And I remembered. I said, somebody tweeted at me a comment of the day. And I remembered it. And he said, comment of the day, Doug, do you think Greer is factoring in having to pay Holland next offseason, and that's what's holding up the Wilkins deal? Very good comment, and that's why I picked it. There's a few things that are holding up the Wilkins deal. Obviously, the money next year, but again, the cap can be manipulated, and then there's certain players that can be released or traded, and we can get a ton of cap space for it. And obviously, we have to pay players, Javon Holland, Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle. Those two guys could be tagged, but still, there's still some guys we have to pay. Got a lot of free agents hitting the market. I think what's impacting the Wilkins deal is, and again, this is my opinion. I love Christian Wilkins. I want Christian Wilkins to retire Dolphin. I want him to Dan Marino it. I don't want him going anywhere. But I think he might think his worth is more than what it is. If he wants like a Dexter Lawrence type contract, I don't see it, because his run defense is fantastic. Top 5 in the NFL. His pass defense, pass rush is not. I see him more on an Ed Oliver type contract. Cap friendly this year, and then you get $15 million next year, you know what I'm saying? And you get paid your money, but you help the team and it's spread out nicely. And there's a lot of signing bonuses and yada, yada. So to me, I think that's what's holding up Christian Wilkins, is I think he wants more than what the Dolphins think he's worth. And also, they don't need to do it. They don't need to pay him. They could just franchise tag him next year. And then essentially, it'll be like $30 million for these next 2 years, which is $15 million. So if they could just there's no rush with the Wilkins deal at all. There's a rush if he starts killing it and then his worth goes up and up and up. You want to do it now, right? It's the same thing with Javon Holland, where they messed up with that. Not Javon Holland. Jarvis Landry, where they messed up with that. So there's no rush, but in a smart person's mind, us, we're like, get it done now. Give him the money he's worth now. And then he, if he blows up, then, hey, you already signed the contract, But I think that's what it is. I think he thinks his worth is here. The Dolphins think his worth is here. And then they're having a hard time kind of coming in the middle. It's like the Dalvin Cook situation. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the video. We're getting very close to 42,200. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Again, I wanted to take a day off today, but I love making videos for you guys. I love giving you guys the news and the updates and all that stuff. So tomorrow, I'll take tomorrow off. I'll breathe tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. Something's going to break. And I'm going to make a video. I don't know. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow maybe, but I'll definitely see you on Tuesday with the joint practice with the Atlanta Falcons. But like usual, stay classy. if it's up.